saying that, the Missouri State coach is an assistant of mine, Melissa Stokes, from 1990, believe it or not, 1991 to 1995. And I have a great deal of respect for her. I think she's run a great program there and taken that program to consistent. There are a lot of times a top 50 RPI team, and they do it in a very special way. I mean, I think they're fast, and they have a signature in the way they play. The first set I thought was probably one of the best sets that we played, if you consider how both teams were playing. We had 16 kills, they had 15. It was a side-out battle, and we kept it close and won it at the end, which is the way that you want to do it when you're playing good teams. And then we changed some of our serving targets. We served much tougher. And a team like them, because they're so based on precision in their offense, that they're not passing the ball well, we're going to get more opportunities to get kills. And then when you look at overall attacking, we were just significantly better. We had more kills and far less errors. They had a lot of errors because we blocked well, and it forced them into hitting some things they don't want to hit. But you can tell by looking at this that they're a good team. They passed the ball very well. They did not miss a serve in this match. They're a good team, and I feel like this is a very good win for us. And I would be willing to bet they finished in the top 3 in the Missouri Valley, which is an excellent volleyball conference. And I'm very pleased. I'm really pleased to win this. We're playing very consistently, and I'm very pleased to be 8-0 right now. And I would like it if you would write that this team is on a roll, and we got 2 tough matches next week against 2 great teams in Wyoming and Texas A&M, and it's going to be a fun week, and I hope everybody comes out to Moby and watches, because it's getting fun.
What's been the key for this team having such a high hitting percentage this season? Is it a matter of hitting it where they're not, or?
Here's what it is. We found some significant improvements in a couple of players, probably in the last week of training camp. Okay? And then I knew that our middle attacking would be good this year. I said that to many people last year. They were surprised I said it because we lost those 2 all-conference kids, but I knew it would be good. Culbert has been exceptional. I mean, this is a great volleyball player, all-around player, and she has improved herself physically, so now her ability to play the game is getting more kills. Okay, and then we found some outside hitting that's working well for us. So now all of a sudden we're playing, and I say, this is a rebuilding year. We're a young team. We're playing with more maturity as an attacking team than we did last year, without a doubt. And our error percentage over 8 matches has been really, really good. I'm going to go back and check, but if the season ended right now, this might be the most clean we've played ever. So this young team's all of a sudden turning into a pretty good volleyball team. And I don't want to annoy anybody yet, but because there's a lot of volleyball to play, but I'm really proud of what these guys have done and how much they've improved themselves and bought into what we wanted them to do. And we still have things we can get better at on the point scoring side, but man, this is a pretty good volleyball team.
Can you talk a little bit about Kayla Thomas coming in there?
Yeah, she was great today. Kayla's up and down. She's up and down in practice. Sometimes she has great practice, sometimes she doesn't. It's hard to tell what it is that gets her going, but this is a good team for her to play against, because they gave her a line earlier in the game, and that's her favorite shot. And so she got these kills, and she got 6 of them were down the line, but she's great at that shot. She's deceptive at it, and she hits it hard. And she got 2 key ones at the end. She was really important in this 3rd set, really important. So I thought she did a great job.
You mentioned changing up your serving target. Was that something that you just noticed in the match, or like you mentioned, you faced, she was a former assistant of yours?
No, it was about who their libero was passing nails, and we told our team we wanted to serve at zone 1 to try to, and I wanted to go more. Well, you guys don't know what that is. That's the traditional serving area. But I wanted the setter to have to look over her shoulder, and we weren't doing it. And we were serving right to their libero, and their libero, she's good. And so we decided, okay, let's get away from the libero and serving some seams and pick on a couple other players, and that worked for us. And we also stepped up our velocity a little bit.
Drew, just talk a little bit how important or how good it feels to get this one out of the way where you guys have a week off. I think you had 5 in the last 6 matches, 5 matches last 6 days just to get this win out of the way.
I think it was really good. It's going to be nice for our bodies to take a rest and to get recuperated for the next 2 matches that are going to be really tough for us, Wyoming and Texas A&M. But I think we have played really well as a team, playing so much in such a short time period. I think it was awesome.
What is it with either of you playing in Moby? I mean, you guys haven't dropped a set in Moby this year. Oh, is it just this crowd or what's going on?
There's some Moby magic. Everyone always talks about it, but it's great to have them get you a little pumped up versus the heckling and negative attitude that you get in other gyms. But this team's been really good at bringing our own energy. So even though we've dropped sets, obviously we haven't dropped a match yet, and that's because this team works so well together to support each other, and so it doesn't matter where we're playing, we're still going to have energy that we need to win.
I don't think you guys fell behind with all this match. Was that just a matter of staying focused out there?
Yeah, I think we just had to keep playing our game and focus on our point scoring and stuff like that. So I think we did very well now.
Coach, do you think there's an advantage to this team in, you keep talking about the balance, but how other teams have to scout them? I mean, they don't really know what player's going to have this go-to night, I guess, and just the balance overall makes you guys kind of difficult to play against?
I think it probably does. I'm not in their scout meetings, but I imagine that it does. I think the Mountain West teams are going to be a little bit freaked out because I think they probably expect something completely different than what's going on right now. I don't know. Yes, we're probably difficult to scout, and when it comes down to it, it's really interesting because we're different than we've been because we were so blocking focused for the last 5 years. And I would like to get blocking focused again, but we're not doing it as well. And today, by the way, 11 blocks is pretty good for a 3-set match, but from a coach's perspective, what me and Matt are seeing, there's some things we need to get better at. But so we're more of a defense and transition team, and we've got weapons to do that. We've got a right side attacker who is tearing it up, and we've got outside hitters. And Kayla played great tonight, so now that gives us, if she keeps playing great, that's 3 that we can really count on. And our middles are smart, and we're going faster in the middle. And we got a kid, Acacia Andrews, who hit 500 who didn't play tonight. She hit 500 last night. So this team's turned out to be pretty darn good.
Early in the season, are you at all surprised at, like you say, kind of the poise?
Yes. The poise is really what has surprised me. And I don't know that I'm coaching any different. Maybe you could ask them that question. But there is a lot of poise out there. And I have had a good relationship with Deidre since she's been here. And I think she stays pretty poised. But she earlier in training camp, she was starting to get a little freaked out. And, she's not now. She's managing things pretty well, if you ask me. She had one little slurry tonight where I thought she was rushing things and her location was bad. But she's managing things pretty well. And Marley didn't have a great match tonight. I think Deidre feels like a lot of that was her fault. She's trying to figure out a way to get Marley more kills, but it didn't matter because we have other people doing it.
Dree, where do you think your motivation is coming from with 23 kills yesterday and 14 today?
Not really sure. I don't know. I just I just go out and want to play, and I love playing with my team and the people who are on the court. Like, we have such good chemistry, and it's so fun to be out there with everyone that you just get energy and want to be good for your teammates. And I think that's so awesome.